Good morning, student. So today on the conditional loop 3 program, I am going to show you one is a palindrome, one is a reverse number, and another is a vowel checking. Vowel checking means you can say it is also a string implementation of the string. That means we are entering in the string programs. Okay, so this the control loop, how it is been controlling and how it is executing the particular structures and how it is implementing the particular structure. Let us see what the program we have for today and how they are working. So here you can see the particular program is that what has been taken. N equals to int input enter any number. That means you will going to enter any number in this particular. That means it is asking user to enter the number. Then what it has given, that s equals to 0. The value of s is equals to 0. So while n is greater than 0, while the value of n is greater than 0, so r equals to n modulus 10. N modulus 10 means the value of n to be divided and remainder to be collected here. And next what it has been done, that s equals to s into 10 plus r. So when s into 10 plus r, then we can find it that those the particular pattern that we find it, that we will going to have those particular pattern, and we are working on this particular pattern. Okay, so as we are working on this particular pattern, as we are seeing those particular pattern, next what we have, an n equals to n divided by 10. So the value of n is to be divided by 10. So when we find it that the value of n is divided by 10, so there we can see, there we can find that we are collecting here the quotient. So when we are collecting the quotient, this the particular pattern, this the particular type that we have, that we are maintaining. So each of this particular maintenance that we are seeing, that we find it that we will going to have those structures, and we will going to attend that particular pattern or the particular structure. So when we are attending the structures, when we are seeing those structure, what we can see, what we can find, that in this particular pattern we have used only one loop. So as we have used only one loop, this particular loop, what we have, this particular pattern of loop that we can find, that we are constructing and we are using it here in this particular way. We find it that we have this particular pattern of structures, and we are working on this particular pattern of structure. So as we are working on this particular pattern of structure, so this is the pattern that we can find, that we have, and that we are constructing, and that we are implementing in this way. Okay, so this is the implementation that we find. This is the implementation that we can see, that we have those particular structural pattern. And as we have this particular structural pattern, means first what we have do, first we have compared it. After we compared the particular thing, then we have find it, we have seen it, that how the thing will going to be considered, and how we will going to enter the value, and how we will going to have this particular value. So as we are having those particular pattern, as we are having those particular values, so those the particular pattern, or those the particular value that we have, and that we are constructing, we are constructing in such a way, in such a phase, that we can find it, that this is the implementation of the data, this is the implementation of the structures that we are using, that we are making. So this the work of implementation of the data, this the work of implementation of this particular pattern of data that we are making it and we are working on it. We will going to have the pattern and we will going to implement those patterns. So this the pattern that we will going to have it and we will going to implement those particular structure. So as we are implementing those structures, as we are finding those structures to be implemented and to be worked with, we will going to have these structures and we will going to make this pattern in this way that we can have the thing to be implemented. So while n is greater than 0, so one value we have initialized here, the value of s equals to 0, and there what we have given, that while n is equals to 0, only there. Now what we are collecting, we are collecting first the reminder. What is the reminder value here? So based on this particular reminder value, we are taking that value and that value is been implemented and that value is been arranged with the particular pattern that we are arranging it and we are implementing it. Okay, so as we are implementing it, as we are arranging it, we can find it that how we can make those particular arrangement and how we can work on this particular arrangement. Next what we have, that s equals to s into 10 plus r. So s into 10 plus r means what? This particular thing, that s will going to have the values that what the reminder we are getting, that reminder we are adding with the value of s. So at this moment what is the value of s? 0. So 0 into 10 means 0. 0 plus what will the remainder come? Based on that remainder, suppose 5 the remainder came, so that 0 plus 5 means 5 again. This is what we can see it, this is what we can find it, that when we are constructing those data, when we are implementing those data, so each of this particular data, each of this particular structures that we are having and we are going to implement, we can see that how the particular thing will going to work. So let us see how it is working. Now see here, it has asked a value to be reversed. Suppose I give here 587. So when I give this particular thing, okay, when I give this particular thing, so it will be reversed, and as it reverse it here 785. So this is how we can do the reverse of a number, this is how we can maintain the reverse of a number and we can implement it. Now let us see the next program. Now see the next program. What is the next program has said? Next program is there to check whether it is the given number is palindrome or not. Palindrome means what? Suppose if you give a number and if you reverse the number, you will going to find that particular number again. So this is what a palindrome. Suppose 121. So if you reverse it, you will find again 121. So this is what the palindrome is. So here what has been done, say n equals to input enter the number. So that means it is asked from the user to enter the number. The user has been asked to give one number and to work on this particular number. So as we find this particular number is, as you see this particular number is, then what we have, that we have set the value of s equals to 0 and p equals to n. So s equals to 0 and p equals to n means this is how we can see, this is how we can find it, that how we can construct the value and how we can work with those values. So as we find it, as we see it, that when we are having those particular value, when we are implementing those particular pattern of value, so in this particular pattern of value, what it has been done, see s has been set as 0 and p has been set equals to n. The n means what? What is the value you have taken from the user or the those who are seeing the program. Okay, so next what we have find it that while n is greater than 0, if the value of n is greater than 0, then what it will do, r equals to n modulus 10. N modulus 10 means what, you are collecting the remainder here. This is the area that where you are collecting the remainder. After you collect the remainder, that remainder value will come here, s into 0 plus r. That means what will be the value of s with that 10 to be multiplied and then r to be added. Okay, so this will be done, then what, n divided by 10. N divided by 10 means what you are getting here, you are getting here the particular quotient portion. You are collecting here the quotient portion. Now see another checking. So this while loop, this if loop is not inside the while loop. So if is parallel with and while, therefore they are separately working. So when while loop is completed, after that we can find this particular if loop will going to work. Okay, so as we find, so as we see it, there you can see, there you can find it that if s equals to p, if we find the value of s equals to p, that means what, the value is a palindrome, or else p is not a palindrome. Okay, so this is the checking that has been done. This is the checking we can find it that we are working on it, and we are creating the particular pattern, or we are creating the particular structure. So as we are creating the particular pattern and as we are creating the particular structure, in this particular pattern or in this particular structure, we have the data and we are working with the data. So as we are working with the data, as we find that we are having those data, that means what we can see, what we can find it, that those the values what are there, those the part what is there, they are being implemented and they are being utilized in a different way or different manners. Okay, so when we are implementing it, when we find it that we are having those pattern, we are implementing those values, that means what, the whatever the implementation of the value that we find, whatever the implementation of the work that we can find it, so each and every implementation of this particular work, each and every implementation of this particular pattern what we have, we are executing them or we are making them in a certain way or in a certain loop. So this is the certain way or certain loop that we have done, that we can find it, that how we can construct it and how we can use it. Okay, so this is the use of this particular loop or the structure. This is the use of this particular pattern or the structures that we are doing, and we are implementing it and we are using it. So we can find it that how those values, how these particular structures can be implemented and how we will going to work on it. Okay, how we are working on it. So this is the particular work, this is the particular pattern of work that we find, that we have, that we see that we are implementing it. We can implement it in a certain pattern or in a certain way. So when it is checking, first we are taking out the reminder, and after the reminder value is added with the s means suppose sum, and then what we find it, we are taking out the quotient portion, and when you take out the quotient portion, there we see it that what the value we can find, we have it. Okay, so those the values that we can find, that we have it, and we work on it. So these the implementations that we have, these the implementations that we find, that we will going to have those particular structures, and we will going to implement those particular pattern of the structures, and as we are implementing those particular pattern of the structures, this is been implemented and this has been utilized in such a phenomenon and such a way that we will going to have this, and we will going to make this particular pattern, and that we are implementing those pattern. So as we are implementing those pattern, as we are utilizing those pattern, we find it that we are having those pattern, and we can work with this pattern in this way, so that we can see that what we are storing actually in S. Now what has been done, you see here s equals to p. If the value of s is equals to p, that we find it that print P is a palindrome, else P is not a palindrome. So this is how we can see, this is how we can find out that how we can utilize the particular pattern and how we can make those particular pattern. Okay, so let us see what the output that we can reveal from here. So see here, it has asked to enter the number. Suppose I entered here 454. So as I entered 454, see 454 is the palindrome. So this is how you can check it. This is how you can find it. The entered number is palindrome or not. Because when it has been reversed, it has been fine. Yes, it came again 454. Okay, so for this particular purpose, we can see it that this number is palindrome or not. Now let us see the next. Now see this program. In this program that we are checking whether the entered character or the entered character is vowel or not. That means we are slowly entering into the string program. So ch equals to input enter the character. That means character field we are inserting. Now if ch is a, e, I, o, u occasions in any of this particular thing, in any of this particular area, so print enter the entered value is vowel or entered character is not a vowel. So what the character that has been entered that is vowel or that is not vowel, that we can check it from here, and we can find it out from here that how the particular thing has been done and how the particular thing has been implemented. Okay, so as we find it, the thing has been done and thing has been implemented. We are implementing it and we are working on it in a various way or in the various manner. Okay, so in the various way or various manners that we have implemented it and we have worked on it, we are finding that how the particular work will going to be done and how we can make them to be implementable, how we can work them to be implementable. So this is the implementations that we can see. This is the implementation that we find that what we are doing, we have taken here ch is a character field. Okay, ch that means input a character, we will input a character. So ch is under a, e, I, o, u or not, that will going to check, and as it going to check this one, then it will going to have this particular pattern, and we will going to have this pattern to be implemented. So as we are implementing it, as we find it that we have those implementation of the data and we are using those data, let us have this particular implementation pattern. That means only one single loop has been done. Based on this particular single loop, we can see by based on this particular single structure of the loop that we can find it that we are going to have, or we will going to have this particular structures, and those the particular structures that we find it that we are working on it, and we are having this particular pattern to be implemented. So as we find those pattern to be implemented, and as we find those pattern to be worked with, that we have those particular structure, and we are having those structures in a way that we are implementing on it. So when we are implementing on it, this is the implementation, this is the particular pattern of implementation that we find, and we see it that we are making the pattern to be worked with. So let us now run the program and check it. So now see it, here one I have done previously for you. So what you will give, a single inverted comma, then you will write it. Suppose now I am giving D. Okay, so previously I have given A, now I have given D. So entered character is not a vowel, or we have entered previously A, entered character is vowel. So this way what we can do, this way what we can find it, that we can make this particular pattern to be implemented, and based on this particular pattern that we are implementing, we can check it whether this particular entered value, whether this particular entered structure is what character field or not. So this is the way, or these are the ways that you can do the checking, you can make the checking and you can implement the checking. Okay, so this is what for today. I am ending my today's session here. Thank you all.